this tutorial you will need a yellow t-shirt or a yellow sweatshirt, a plastic garbage bag, preferably white, some orange art foam, cardboard painted orange can also be used, 2 Ziploc bags, some garden mesh or some thin black fabric, packing peanuts, marshmallows can also be used, a tripod or box to secure the fan, 2 smartphones or iPods to play an animated eye, a Sharpie marker is recommended, some tablecloth, yellow, preferably plastic, scissors, tape, and a glue gun. We begin by putting the cell phones into the Ziploc bags. The reason for this is so we do not damage the phone when we secure it to the grill of the fan. Please keep in mind if you want to use ping pong balls or an iPod, that's fine too. The app we're going to be using, I'll have a link in the description below, and it has many different eyes. When secured to the fan, it should look something like this. Now, if you already have an apron, I would recommend using that because it's just going to look better. But since this is a tutorial to make an animatronic on the cheap, we're actually going to make one out of the garbage bag. And if you just want to follow along with the design, that's fine. And keep in mind when you're doing this, a lot of different household items can be used as substitutes. Now, the good thing about using the garbage plastic bag is if you have some colored markers, you can do the Let's Party or Let's Eat or this animatronic in whatever color you want. Whereas if you have an apron, you may not want to draw on it. And obviously we're going to do the cut lines on one side and we're going to do the lettering on the opposite side. Now, while I'm doing this, if you have iPods or old Zunes or whatever you may use for the animated eye, there are plenty of animated GIFs out there. I'll try to put a link in the description below to some of those, but primarily I would recommend using Android phones or ping pong balls. Even Halloween glow eyes that you can kind of get this time of the year would work fine as well. Now, if you have a yellow sweatshirt, you can actually stuff it so it actually will have arms. This build that I'm doing does not have any arms. I put wires on the end just so it can have that kind of rugged, oh no, it's missing its arms and its really angry look to it. You saw the art foam. That is actually going to be used for the mouth. But as I stated, you can use cardboard and just paint it orange also. The packing peanuts are going to be used for the teeth. Just cut them in half and use them as teeth. But if you have small marshmallows, I mean, this is going to be a temporary build for Halloween. It's not something that you're going to keep all year round. At least I don't think you would. So, just to let everybody know, this is about an hour build. Obviously, I didn't film the whole build. I just filmed the main points, so you guys can kind of get some ideas of how to build it. I'm sure many people could make it look a lot better than I could, but it's just a great way to use what you have around the house to make a creepy Halloween animatronic. Okay, here we're getting ready to make the mouth. Obviously, we're going to make it a bill shape because that's the one we chose. Now, I actually thought of a couple of different things. If you have a really big teddy bear and you don't mind taking its head off and taking the stuffing out, you could actually make pretty much any of the Five Nights at Freddy creatures. Okay, and once you have this done, we're going to go ahead and cut some packing peanuts in half, and that's going to be our teeth. Obviously, make sure you have enough to make 2 rows for the top and the bottom. And if you want, obviously you can have some missing teeth, or you can put some red paint on there for blood. And it doesn't take much hot glue to do that. And the reason I chose foam and packing peanuts is because they're so light. And the motor on those fans, they can only handle so much extra weight. You really don't want to put too much weight on it because then it'll burn out the motor and then you won't have a working animatronic. Really simple project, really simple build. Okay, so here we have both sets of teeth, the mouth done. Now, I made the mistake of not putting the teeth on the permanent marker side, so make sure you put that on the inside, because now that's going to have to be the bottom of the mouth. And when you you can secure it to the fan just to see how it's going to look. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take the plastic tablecloth. I mean, this is just a party tablecloth. You can usually pick them up for $2 at the dollar store or even Party City, something like that. And I had the iApp running. That way I could see exactly how big it was, and I did want to leave a little spacing so we could have some black eyes. And now we just kind of cut the holes out. Not too difficult, just be careful not to cut yourself. And from here we're going to cut out a small piece of garden mesh and just tape it to the back. And now that that's fitted over, I mean, you can tie it in the back, glue it in the back, secure it in the back. And once everything's kind of secure, it should look something like this. And the rest is pretty self-explanatory, putting the box on, putting the fabric on, etc. I hope you guys enjoyed this.